Hello, good day, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I'd like to introduce two more concepts. These two concepts, they are fundamentally important in responding to what we have introduced you for the Tao and Shu. That's 2 times. Now we're going into some practical terminology. Tao and Shu, they're the basic fundamental terminology. And now we're going in depth on the practical terminology, saying the sky and the ground. The sky, the ground. Reason, because this is also the way of Chinese thinking, but it also carries some scientific sense, saying that we human beings, we people, we're living on the earth, and materially, what's above us is the skies. What's below us is the ground. We step on the ground, we walk on the road, on the street, and on the mountain, everything, they're all ground. Without ground, how can we stand by ourselves? This is one point. Second point is about us. What is about us? Well, of course, now we've got the atmosphere, we've got below rainfall, thunderstorm, some weather condition, whatever. However, the Chinese way of describing this aggregate of all this phenomenon, they call it the sky. So all the time, whenever Chinese people consider their faith and fortune, they don't only look at the people themselves and what matters create the people themselves. They also will consider what's the impact of the ground and also the impact of the sky, how they interrelate with people, and making aggregates of the result, aggregate of the fate and fortune. It is our Chinese way of thinking. We don't only think about people. We think about the nature, and particularly we refer to the sky and the ground. So we talk many things about that. In our most important classics, they call it I-Ching. I-Ching is what's the books? Many arguments, who wrote the books, who made the classics, and when was the book written. They have a lot of argument and research on that. Basically, in the dynasty, we got Han Dynasty, around 2000 and something years before. The Han Dynasty has consolidated all the writings of the people before the time, and they have ranked I-Ching as number 1, at the first in the ranking of all Chinese writing. So they call it the classic, and also they call it the head of the classics, which means it's the first, it's the number 1, it's the most important, it's in the top priority. It's the I-Ching, it's the classics. So I-Ching is the classics. So from the very beginning, they got 2 most important concepts. There are 64 parts in the I-Ching, telling you what's happening in nature, what's happening in the people, what's happening when matters come in and out. And most important, in the first 2 chapters, they bring you 2 words, which are unique and also well understood and well researched by people and well respected as well. First word is the Qian. This is the Qian. This one means what? This one means the skies. So that means the Chinese people means they say all this inside the content. They say what's happened, what's the origin of the earth, what's the origin of all this matter, all these people. They all come from Qian, from the skies. Of course, scientifically speaking, we still have a lot of argument of saying where we come from. Religious people, they have different stories. Science people, different story. Ordinary, different story. But anyway, in Chinese, in the philosophical area, Qian, this word, Qian, is the commonly accepted wordings representing the skies, but not really means the material skies, but it means something upper, super than us. is super than us, so he can give birth to all things, all people, all matters. So the second concept is the ground. Second concept is the ground. What's the ground? Ground, you use the word kun. Kun. This is kun. It means the ground. Does it really mean the soil, the rock and something? Yes, it means that, but it includes much more than that. Kun means the ground, whatever underground, the mineral, the heat, the energy, the fire, everything is the ground. So for Chinese people, when we think about our fate and fortune, we need to consider three factors. We ourselves, people, the sky represented by Qian, and also the ground written in I Ching with the word of Kun. So this Qian Kun means the sky and the ground affecting us, consolidating us, and helping us to form the final stages of our fate and fortune. So it's another most important concept. As the time moves by, you will see me all the time refer back to this concept in studying our fate, our fortune, as well as the technique and the Tao within it. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Thank you very much.